Elmer Davies once said, "This will remain the land of the free, so long as it is the home of the brave." And this morning I would like to ask a question. How brave are we as the citizens of this country? I'm very much afraid about the future of South Africa and what it holds in store for us. We got to look at the motives of the government. We have to look at the possible consequences for us, the ordinary citizens. On the 25th of March 2020, the President announces a national lockdown in the country. On a level 5 lockdown, nobody can move except to shops, etc. It happened quietly under the cover of the COVID-19 virus, which spread all over the world, which endangered people all over the world. And when the President announced this lockdown, we were all satisfied with it and happy that he is looking after our interest. That he indeed announced this state of lockdown to protect us from this virus. But it soon became apparent that the lockdown status held other threats to our people. The threat of enraged masses, of violence, and possibly anarchy. And then we saw the announcement of the President where we actually bring the country one level down to level 4 lockdown. And he even announces a very simple thing. You are now allowed to smoke, to buy cigarettes and to smoke. And yet, almost immediately thereafter, Dlamini Zuma contradicted the President and said, no, it won't be allowed. And that's when the first alarm bells started to go off. This little council that was formed to assist the President and to advise him as to how, what, and what should not be done, a little advice council, all of a sudden becomes the command council. All of a sudden they have taken quietly the control of the whole country. They negated the President effectively as well as Parliament. When the lockdown was announced, no political party leader actually questioned the actions. And we quietly slipped into this state of affairs where nobody is listening to the opposition parties and where we can only hope that their request to the higher courts will work. I'm very afraid for the future of the country because we saw in front of our eyes a palace revolution. We saw our certain group, and it's mainly the traditional communist members of the ANC who did it, and who effectively took control of the government, and by doing so, control of the country. They have immediately announced the mobilization of 72,000 soldiers. Whether they got it or not, they've done it. They instated a curfew. And that while we are supposed to be on a lower level of lockdown. It feels to me as if the control tools has been strengthened. The controls over us has been strengthened. They even described what clothes we can wear and what we are not allowed to wear and how we should wear it. Ridiculous. But that is things that makes us fearful of what might happen into this country. As I talked a couple of days about the fork in the road, we are now approaching that fork in the road very fast. And within a matter of days, or maybe a week or two, we will know if we are going left or right at the fork. It's Sunday morning, and it's day 52 of the state of lockdown. And good morning to all of you. People often said, you guys from the recce's, you special forces guys don't have any fear. Of course we have fear. All people have fear. The recce's got a motto that said or read, we fear naught but God. But it's more the way how you use your fear. You should make your fear work for you to help you to focus on what you got to achieve, what you have to achieve. And if we are so afraid about the future of our country, we got to use our energies and the fear for what might happen to create the proper guidelines to go through this, to determine whether we are brave enough to keep our country free. I think we are standing at 10 to 12. It's very late. It's very late. And we got to be vigilant. We got to watch out. If we said we fear naught but God, then we should not be afraid of the challenges ahead of us. Then we should rely on the ways and the means that the Lord allowed us to use. Then we should trust, have trust in our fellow citizens, and be ready if things go wrong. Of course, no one of us wants the situation in South Africa to destabilize any further. We don't want that. But we got to be prepared if it happens. So this day, Think about it. Think about how brave are you to keep our country free. Because only because of brave people, we can be called a free nation. Free people to execute our own will in our own way and in our own land. Don't forget to go and subscribe to this channel and to like the channel. 65% of the viewers that is watching this videos hasn't subscribed. So please people, do it. And we'll talk again tomorrow morning. Have a nice day.